welcome to this week's Ramble. I'm your host, Bridget Murphy, and I'm here with Taylor Utzig and Brooke Zubel. As the NFL draws the season to a close, we turn our eyes to the rink. The NHL put itself in an icy situation when they changed the format of their All-Star game. This year, they allowed fans to vote for the captains of the 4 teams of the 4 divisions. However, fans being fans and the internet being the internet, they voted in a mid-level enforcer from the Phoenix Coyotes as the captain of the Pacific Division. And the NHL was not happy with this decision, and the fans' reaction to the NHL's reaction to their decision is causing people to question whether this new format is a good idea or not. So today we're going to talk about whether or not fans should have a say in who is in the All-Star game. Brooke.
In my opinion, I don't think the fans should have an opinion. In the All-Star game, it's about skill. It's about who's the best of the best. They bring the best of the best players out to see what they can do and how they can show their skills. And in my opinion, John Scott should not have been on the ice.
Taylor.
I completely disagree. I think the All-Star game for itself is just a game for the viewers. I mean, really, if you're thinking about it, the NHL is the 4th watched sport in the nation. They are looking for viewers. To have fans voting in their favorite players is a great way to get those fans to watch the All-Star game. Yes, if you allow that, you're going to vote in people like John Scott. The NHL's reaction made it worse. If they allow fans to vote people in, they need to just allow them to vote people in. It was their reaction that caused this controversy. I don't believe that if the NHL had reacted that way, there would have been this uproar. The fans voting it in actually helped the All-Star game and helped the NHL itself get the viewership that they want.
Well, and yeah, they only vote in 4 players, so it's not like fans are picking the entire roster of players that shouldn't be there. Brooke, what do you like? Why wouldn't you give the fans the option just to pick, 1 or 2, maybe 4 players just that they like to watch play?
Honestly, I just think it's dumb. I mean, John Scott has played 11 games this past season. He had a total of 11 points last season. No way should that guy be on the All-Star ice.
But would you have the same reaction, say, if they had voted somebody more well-known or better? In the future, do you think fans are going to continue to vote in players that are entertaining but not as high competition?
Well, the thing about Scott was he was voted in. It started off kind of as a joke. And even getting that reaction, he knew that it wasn't because he was a great player. He was getting voted in because people just wanted to see him play. He kind of known for his roughhousing, for his fights. People wanted to see him play again. And he even tried to tell fans to vote other players in, but it's turned out to be a great thing for him. And if we remember looking back at that All-Star game, he ended up being the MVP. So he obviously has some talent. And I think it was a great way for him to showcase his talent. For him to be awarded the MVP for the All-Star game, he scored 2 goals. I think it shows that even though fans may choose players that the NHL doesn't think have that much talent, maybe they haven't shown it, they have only gotten to play 11 games in the season, you know what? He showed his stuff. And he made that NHL All-Star game entertaining to watch.
Closing comments, where do we think this is going to go next year with the voting, not voting, the new format? Brooke.
I mean, honestly, I think the NHL, if they were this upset about how the voting came out this past season, I think that they should just disband it, because they ended up having to move John Scott and his entire family with newborn children all the way across into a different country. So, I mean, I think if they want to do this, they should either have a select team that the fans can vote from that, because right now they're treating it as a joke.
Taylor?
Well, first of all, I want to address, he didn't, end up getting traded. They traded him to get him out of the All-Star game. So that reaction itself was completely the NHL's fault. They traded him so he wouldn't be in that All-Star game because they didn't want to see him there.
Then there shouldn't have been voting in the first place.
But no, because I think that those fans, they're going to be watching that game. It's for them. There's going to be some great players, but for John Scott, that was such a great opportunity for him. He made $90,000 off of that split $1 million that he won with that team, and that's almost more than he makes. He's not a well-paid hockey player. That was a big deal for him, and I think that's a great opportunity for him. And honestly, going forward, I think the NHL is going to make some changes. I think it's a mistake. I think fans should be continue to be able to vote for their favorite players because they want to see them play.
Brooke, I'm going to go with you as the winner because I like what you're saying about giving maybe fans a little bit of a more constrained vote, because Hockey fans don't have the best reputation for being good sports or being people who are going to make the right decisions, and we want to keep players safe on the ice and keep it entertaining for everyone else. So I'm going to go with Brooke. Back to you at the desk.